Hello and welcome to www.firststepsinforex.com. Today we are looking at the pound dollar daily chart, and today's date is the 6th of March 2011. Now, as you can see, over the last few weeks we've had a very bullish upward move on the pound dollar. Okay, and just in the last few days of last week we'd be going up with a little bit of a retraction, and we've stopped in what is a sort of doji Japanese candle symbol just below this support and resistance pivot area. Okay, and if we check, we're just below the 1.6300 as well, which is a bit of a round number, and we have a double top here, and although we broke through it, it was a false breakout, and now we have the doji. So there's an area definitely of resistance as we try to break through it. It didn't quite make it. You can have another go over this week. Now, of course, it's been very bullish, the pound dollar, so you'd have to. It gives a high probability of it continuing to be bullish. And we dropped a little bit here, and then we had a doji signal, and that's a kind of like a reversal signal in Japanese candlesticks. So the chances are that we're going to continue to go up. Okay. So, but if I zoom in, we don't know which way it's going to go, so I would wait. I wouldn't go long until we're above the high of the previous, which is at that 1.6300, and a few, maybe another 10 pips above. In fact, it probably is potentially safer to wait until we're above the previous high. Depending on your level of risk assessment, you could wait until we've broken through that high, and conversely, if we drop down, you can either wait until we've broken the previous low here of Friday, or the low of Wednesday, if you like, which is the more recent. Okay, it looks to me as if we're going to continue to go up, but we have to we don't make trades unless we've seen what's going to happen. Okay, unless we have evidence that what you think is going to happen is actually happening. Alright, and of course we always put a stop loss on, because otherwise we can get into all sorts of interesting problems and by losing lots of money. Remember, trading Forex it's more important to keep what you've got than it is to make profits. It's easy to make money on Forex, but it's also extremely easy to lose it. So you have to protect what you have. So please, if you're going to go high, for example, if you're going to go high, if you're going to go long on the pound dollar when it goes above this high, then make sure you have a protected stop just below the low, or even below the close, depending on what your risk assessment is. That depends on how much money you have to invest, what percentage of that pot you're investing in. It shouldn't be more than 2% for any individual trade, and that determines the number of pips you're going to choose for your stop loss. And also depending on the number of lots or fractions of a lot where you're trading. You have to do these calculations to protect yourself. Okay, let's go to the monthly chart. Zoom out a little. As you can see, in the past, well, we peaked around the August 2007 area, getting above 2 to the pound dollar, and then we had this huge drop. I mean, from over 2.1, we finally bottomed out at nearly 1.35, something like that. Huge drop. I mean, thousands of pips. Amazing drop. And we then recovered. And if we draw the fab, let's see if the Fibonacci retracements predicted any of this down to that low. Well, not really. It didn't really work very well. It was still way below the 50%. Had a bit of a trend line coming down here. And we've broken through that trend line as well. If we zoom in, we had a bit of a trend line forming. I mean, it hit here, and here. Not an extremely strong trend line. I mean, you need at least 3 points to form a trend. But the more the merrier. So 3 is the minimum. We kind of broke through it, although if you look in more detail. Let's go down to the weekly chart. Back to the monthly. You can see that this is a doji type scenario on the pound dollar. which suggests in the long term we could be bouncing back down again, and it's happening roughly around this trend line, so going down. So we could have a reaction and start going down in the long term. On the weekly, we've broken through it, but we've got this support and resistance area here. Back down to the daily. My instinct tells me that we're going to carry on going up for the moment, at least, because it's been such a strong trend upwards. But wait, be patient, wait until, if you want to be ultra safe, wait until we've gone above here before you go long, or below here before you go short. If you want to be reasonably cautious, then wait until you go above here to be hard to be long, and here to be short, which is the previous highs and lows of Friday, just to be on the safe side. Okay, this could be a turning point, or more likely to go back down again, or because of this doji, to me it seems more likely we're going to bounce up further. Okay, but I don't know until it happens, so I'm not going to make any move until I know. Let's see what happens tomorrow on Monday with the opening of the markets. Okay, and where it might go. There's another support and resistance area there I didn't notice before. I should put that one in. Bounced off here, here, and that's probably around it's around the 1.6, approximately around the 1.62 area, but that's definitely some support and resistance pivot area. Okay, so that's all I've got to say for the pound dollar. Let's see what happens when the market opens tomorrow. If you want to know more about how I use these tools to trade, you can go to my website, www.firststepsinforex.com, and there you can register and download free ebooks and videos to show you how I got started, how to get started trading forex. And you can also, I got a blog which I update on a regular basis. You can follow me on YouTube where I post these videos, if you found these videos on YouTube, of course, and also you can follow me on Twitter. Everything's on the website. Thank you very much for watching today, and I hope you have a safe and profitable forex in your forex trading. Thank you very much. Bye bye.